Hello students, welcome back to another session of practicals of class 12th. As you can see, we are going to do PN junction diode characteristic curve. The aim of our experiment is to draw the IV characteristic curve of a PN junction diode in forward bias and reverse bias. Okay, so first of all, let us understand a few terms. That is, what is a PN junction diode, then what are the characteristic curves, and what about the forward bias and reverse bias. For this, I will take you to some theory. Very little I'll take up. That is, when a PN junction diode is subjected to a room temperature. Okay? So please watch. This is a PN junction diode. This is P and this is N. So this portion, this line, you can say imaginary line, is known as junction. Now, suppose we take, as in the P section, majority are holes and minority are electrons. And in N type, majority are electrons and minority are holes. Okay, so now as we take this system to room temperature, then what happens? They will try to diffuse, because here there is majority of holes and here majority of electrons. So they will rush towards the junction to diffuse. So we'll get a diffusion current, and as a result, after some time, the energy of the electrons which we have entered here will become low, and as a result, these electrons will jumble down here, forming immobile electrons. Similarly, the holes will jumble here, forming immobile holes. Immobile holes. Now, due to this low energy area, but there will be some potential. The negative potential will be here due to the immobile electrons, and positive potential will be here. But due to the formation of this portion, which is known as depletion layer, the further movement of holes and electrons ceases, stops. Now, what is the basic reason here? That negative immobile electrons form a negative potential, and here a positive potential, and this imaginary, the symbol is called fictitious battery. Fictitious battery. Now what will happen is, this becomes a gap, or we can say a portion, a layer, due to which the mobility of the holes and electrons stop. So here we come to another concept, that is a depletion layer. So we can say this depletion layer can be represented also by VB. This is called potential barrier. Due to this potential barrier, the electron movement stops. Now what we will have to do to start the movement again? So to start the movement again, what we are going to do is, I will do biasing to start the motion. There are two kinds of biasing. First is the forward biasing and the other one is the reverse biasing. In forward biasing, the P-type is connected to the positive terminal of an external battery or a source, and as a result, you can see that as a result, the P-type becomes stronger due to this positivity given to P, and the negative of the fictitious battery becomes weak. And hence, and the negative one does the same with N-type, and as a result, drift current starts flowing, because the potential barrier which you saw there, this was the original potential barrier. Now the potential barrier has been reduced. This gap has been reduced and drift current starts flowing. So this is forward biasing. In the reverse biasing, the P-type and N-type, the P-type is now connected to the negative of the battery and the N-type to the positive of the battery. Now you can understand what may happen. The happening is this negative of the battery strengthens the fictitious negativity here, and as a result, the P-type, the P portion becomes weaker and very less number of electrons or holes, that is carriers, can drift. That means if this is VB, then in the reverse bias, this potential barrier increases. Okay, so less number of electron moves. So with this very little concept, we are going to perform this experiment. Now the second thing is characteristic curve. So PN junction diode, as we talked about, has a symbol like this. This is P and this is N. This is the symbol of PN junction diode. So every device have a characteristic curve, its own characteristic curve, which shows its behavior in terms of current and voltage. So we will see its behavior in terms of current and voltage by drawing a graph of I versus P in forward bias as well as in the reverse bias. Okay, so to start with the experiment, first of all, let us understand the circuit, the very simple circuit. Here you can see the diode I have taken, and with the diode I have connected a voltmeter in parallel, and small current will be there, so I have connected a milliammeter and this to a battery. Since this is forward bias, the P portion of the diode is connected to the positive of the battery. Now this arrow shows a rheostat, that is, with the change, if we change the rheostat, then the I and V, current in milliamperes and voltage in volts, will change. Okay. Parallelly, I have drawn the reverse bias circuit as well. Here you can see the diode is again connected in parallel or voltmeter, and since very less current will be coming out, so an ammeter, microammeter is connected to the in series. Now since this is forward bias, so you can see the negative terminal of the battery is connected to the P-type of the PN junction diode. Now one thing you can observe in these two diagrams, that here I have drawn less number of lines, which shows that if we give very less voltage also, that is nearly 3 volt voltage, then also we will get the output current. However, here since this is reverse bias, we are going to give a 30 volt high voltage here. Okay, so now before I show you what I have drawn here, I will show you the apparatus, the box which I am using here. Okay, so this is an inbuilt box where you can see that here you see this is a diode. There are two diodes, one in the forward bias, another in the reverse bias. Okay, so in the forward bias you have terminals, and in the reverse bias also you have terminals. Now here you can see in a single device you have milliammeter inbuilt as well as microammeter, and you can see very clearly that the range, because you want to find the least count also, so see the range clearly. You can see milliammeter का रेंज जो है वो है 10 MA. So here also can you see this is 10 MA. So while doing the practical of forward bias, I will take this 10 MA and here 3 volt. See the voltmeter. This also have 2 voltmeter inbuilt. One is of 0 to 3 volt range and another is of 0 to 30 volt range. So 3 volt range we will use for forward bias, 30 volt range we will use for reverse bias. So here I have turned it to 3 volt because I am preparing for forward bias connection. I repeat, for forward bias connection I have taken the voltmeter range 0 to 3 volt and ammeter range 10 MA, 0 to 10 MA, and I will show you, we will find out the least count there. Now come down. This portion is the battery where we have 2 positive terminals given and this portion 2 negative terminals given. This is the rheostat which we will move so that that this one changes, and as a result we get change in the current and the current and the voltage. Okay, so this is the on-off switch. This is the on-off switch you can see, and here you have 3 volt. You have to select whether you are working in 3 volt forward bias, 30 volt in reverse bias. Okay, so now I will show you how to do the connection. Now for connection I have been given this type of wires. You can see the wire, this type of wires I have. Okay, so I have simplified this circuit. Please see here the same circuit I have drawn here. I have simplified it. How? This is the diode, and from the P portion of the diode I have connected to the positive of the battery, which I have shown you red portion, and from the end portion of this I have connected to the positive of the milliammeter, and from the milliammeter negative of this and the voltmeter I have connected in parallel to the battery. Okay, so now we will start doing the connections for forward bias. Now let us start the connection for the forward bias. Okay, so we have this connecting wire. You might be thinking why they are red and black. This does not signify anything very special. You can use any color. This does not signify. So let us start to connect. Okay, so first of all, just see here. This is the diode in the forward bias, and the P portion of the diode is connected to the positive terminal. Now come to the apparatus. Okay, so diode in the forward bias, the P portion is connected to the positive of the battery. This is the battery. This is rheostat. ठीक है, ये समझ गया? Then I am taken, just see the N portion of the diode is connected to the positive of the milliammeter. So N portion is connected to the positive, ये milliammeter, this is milliammeter you can see, So positive, red one is positive of the milliammeter. Here this denote positive and negative. Now from the negative of the milliammeter, you can see it is coming to the negative of the battery. So negative of the milliammeter here is connected to the negative of the battery. Now here the voltmeter positive is connected to the positive of the battery, negative because this is connected in parallel. Okay, so the positive, see the positive, red one is of the voltmeter is connected to the positive of the battery, and negative of the voltmeter is connected to negative of the battery. The circuit is complete. Okay, so now we will start to take the reading by putting this on. Now, one thing you have to remember, since this is forward bias, I have taken this to be 3 volt. I have taken the milliammeter of the range 10 milliampere, and here also I have taken 3 volts, and I can connect it the plug and start taking the reading. But before taking the reading, I have to prepare my observation table. For forward bias, I am working at 3 volts. Okay, and 10 milliampere I am using in series. So here in the observation table you can see the voltmeter of the range 0 to 3 here. So you can find the least count, that is 10 small divisions you can see here is 0.5 volt. So one small division will be 0.05 volt, which is the least count of the voltmeter. And regarding milliammeter, you have 0 to 10 the range, and then here also 10 divisions is equal to 2 milliampere. So one division, that is the least count, is 0.2 milliampere. So now I have a table of forward bias voltage in volts, forward current in IF in milliameter. Always remember, student, you have to plot a graph. So there also you have to mention the units, and here you have to take a lot of readings, that is nearly 20 plus readings you have to take, 24 readings you have to take. So we have already the least count of the voltmeter and milliammeter. For taking readings of forward bias, we will just count the division when, and then we will take the reading. Now let us start taking the reading. Now you can see that I am putting on the apparatus. The connection was over. This is for forward biasing. Now just observe, this is the rheostat, and as I am moving the rheostat, please keep an eye on the voltmeter and milliammeter here. You can keep an eye on this. See, you are seeing the needle moving. Slowly I am moving the rheostat and the needle is moving. So here I got to take the reading of voltmeter versus milliammeter. So one thing, since there are minute readings and we have to take more than 20 readings for accuracy of the graph, so what I am doing is I will suggest you to count the division instead of reading, because 2 voltmeters are engraved here, 2 ammeters are engraved here. So directly taking readings may be somewhat difficult. So what I am suggesting is to count the division. That is, here it is a 0. This is the first division. This is the second division. This is the third, fourth, fifth, sixth. These are known as divisions. These are not the readings. These are just the divisions. So I will count the divisions. That is, when I move the rheostat, suppose the needle moves up to 2. Voltmeter needle moves up to, this is 0, and it moves 2 division. So I will write here 2 division, and later on I will calculate and plot the graph. Okay, then I will take 4 divisions. I will move the voltmeter to 4 divisions. Then I will move the voltmeter needle to 6 divisions using this rheostat. This is the way I will take the reading of the voltmeter and also the corresponding ammeter. Okay, so here we will not take all the readings, but I will give you all the readings. Let us take a few of the readings. See here, you have to see from the front. Okay, see, I have taken 2 divisions in the voltmeter. Now, in the ammeter, you can see no reading. That means needle is not moving. Now, just see the table I have drawn here for the forward bias. 2 divisions I have taken in the voltmeter and 0 division I have taken in the forward current milliammeter. Now again coming back, I have taken 4 divisions here. Here also you see no reading. So here you can see that I have written 4 division and 0 division in the milliampere. Now I am taking 6 divisions. And you can see the movement of the needle of the milliampere. 1 division it has gone, 0 and 1. So here you can see 1 division I have taken here. And in this way, by and by, slowly and slowly, I am increasing 2 divisions here. And here corresponding reading of the milliampere I am getting. So I'll show you the reading I have got and the corresponding graph. Okay. So this is my first page. This is my first page and of the reading. You can see. And from here up to 12. Then from 12 I am taking here up to 23. So I have taken 23 readings. You can see 2 volt, 4 volt, 6, 8, 10. In the even number I have taken up to 46. And here the divisions I have taken here, corresponding divisions I got 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. Now what I am supposed to do is, I am not supposed to take the division, I am supposed to take the reading. So for converting the division into reading, I will multiply the division into the least count which I have found here. So least count is 0.05 of the voltmeter and 0.2 milliammeter of the ammeter. So here I multiplied and ultimately I got this as the voltmeter readings and this as the ammeter reading. Okay, so now I have to plot a forward bias graph with this reading. So here is the graph you can see in the first coordinate. Okay, so x-axis I have taken the volts, voltage in volts, and here current in milliampere. So here I have taken as 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 I have calibrated like this. And here 0.5, 1, 1.5 like this. Remember that you have to write the scale here. This is compulsory. So this is a forward bias graph. You can see it. शुरू में 0 है. यहाँ this portion is known as knee voltage. You have studied. And this is the graph. See, it is not necessary that all the points come on within this. This is a freehand curve moving because this is just a statistical data. So the shape is like this. Here there is the knee type portion which is known as knee voltage, and this is the forward characteristic curve of the particular diode. I think you have understood it. Now we will move to the other part. Now the forward bias circuit is over, readings we have taken. Now we have to dismantle this. Remember one thing, you should not pull this badly. You have to do this very gently like this, because otherwise what will happen, inside this point the wires may get cut, and as a result you will not get the readings. Okay, so now since we are going for reverse bias, I will take 30 volt, 100 microampere, here also 30 volts. So I have changed this. Okay, now coming to the circuit, you can see the equivalent circuit here. That is, this is the diode whose P portion is connected to microammeter. So this is reverse bias diode whose P portion I can take is connected to the positive of the microampere. Now the negative of the microampere is connected to the negative of the battery. So negative of the microampere is connected to negative of the battery. Now you can see here that the positive, the front portion, that is end of the diode, is connected to the positive of the battery. So here this portion is connected to the positive of the battery. Now taking the voltmeter in parallel, you can see the positive of the voltmeter is connected to the positive and negative of the voltmeter is connected to negative. So this is the positive red one of the voltmeter is connected to the positive of the battery, and the negative of the voltmeter is connected to the negative of the battery. So the circuit diagram, according to the circuit diagram, we have connected for the reverse voltage. Now as you can see that the observation table is ready here. So first of all, the voltmeter range is 0 to 30 volts, and the least count I have found out to be 0.5 volt. I have taught you how to find out. Now the microammeter range is 0 to 100 microampere, and the range you can see is 0 to 100 microampere, and with this small division is equal to 20 microampere. I have found the least count to be 2 microampere. And here is the table of reverse bias, that is reverse bias voltage and reverse current. Okay. So now let me start and take the reading, and I will show you how to take the reading. That is it. So here is the rheostat. So again the same process. I will move divisions here, 2 divisions, and here I will see, you can see here the readings also. Here the readings. 2 division, here is 0 division, because you know in the reverse bias very less current output will be there. So you can see that for 2 division, for 4 division, for 6 division also we are getting no current, no micro current. Okay, then slowly when you are increasing the voltage, here I am increasing the voltage, you can see the corresponding current is increasing. Okay, so this way, taking the reading, I will show you that how the readings are to be taken. So here the reading is 1 to 12, and here 13, 14 up to 24. So here also I have taken divisions. Here also I have taken divisions into least count for the reading. Here also I have taken division and least count. Okay. So this is the reading. These are the readings of the voltmeter. Final reading in red, and final reading of the ammeter is here. So now I have to plot a graph for voltmeter in between V and I. Now as you can see that here the graph I have plotted is in the reverse bias. That means this is in the 3rd quadrant. So voltage is here in volts, current is here in microampere. Now here you can see that there is a graph with on the x dash axis, and here it is coming this way. So this is the graph for reverse bias. Okay, so now you can even plot the graph, both the graph, forward bias as well as reverse bias graph, in a single graph paper. I will show that at the end. That is, here you can see that the forward bias graph like this, the voltage, and this is the reverse bias graph. So you can plot both the graph in a single graph paper. Okay, thank you.